Hi guys, and welcome to an Aspie's Point of View, where I give you my opinion on stuff. So, I was watching TV and stopped the TV in the middle of an episode to film tonight's episode. There was an episode on television of my favorite show, yet again, Switched at Birth, and they were talking about curing Down syndrome and the question of whether the defect is actually a defect or, what is actually to say that someone who is disabled is actually disabled and not someone who is neurotypical actually being the one with the disability. And it made me put everything on pause to make this video. So there is a group out there called Autism Speaks. Everyone, including myself at one time, thinks that Autism Speaks is a great, fantastic organization. And they're trying to cure autism. And that's great, and that's wonderful. And guess what? We don't need a cure. People with autism are highly intelligent. Even many of those kids who are nonverbal, if you give them an augmentative communication device, they are amazing. There's a boy on YouTube named Creed. When he is given his augmentative communication device, he says things that are so profound. It is amazing to me, absolutely amazing. And I love hearing what he has to say. I have always been an intelligent person in terms of book smarts, school, all that kind of stuff. I made Phi Eta Sigma when I was second semester freshman in college, and that was an honors sorority for freshmen who performed excessively well in school. I made Golden Key, Phi Beta Kappa. Everything that I could get academically, I got. And somehow, people still say that my autism spectrum disorder is a disability. Now, I realize I have issues with some socializing. I have issues with communication skills. I don't understand sarcasm. I'm bad at picking up on jokes. I barely can make eye contact with a person, although somehow I can make eye contact with a camera. But when it all boils down, I am living a successful life. I have 2 jobs. I do well at my jobs. And I'm supporting myself. I'm living independently. Life is pretty good. And yet, if you asked people, they would tell you that I need to be cured. According to Autism Speaks, I need a cure. But I don't. I need support. I need some help. I need some training to know what is good, what I need help with, what I should do in certain situations, but not a cure. And the same thing was being talked about on the show tonight. Who's to say that a chromosomal therapy, or anything for that matter, that would eradicate Down syndrome is going to be a good thing? I realize that Down syndrome is a horse of a different color. Provided with Down syndrome, kids have heart defects, other health problems. I get it. But still, they're kids. And that to me has always been the most profoundly important part of everything. I studied disability studies in college. It was my minor. And a huge part of disability studies is the People First initiative, which is that we are people first, not our disability. A person is not a kid with Down syndrome or a kid with autism. They are Robin, a girl who happens to have autism. They are Emma, a child who happens to have Down syndrome. That, to me, has always been something that I have loved about People First and about disabilities studies on a whole and disabilities advocacy. And that's something that I strive to push, and that's why I wanted to make this video tonight, to show the world that we are not necessarily these poor people that you need to pity. I invite you into my world, into my brain, not so that you can feel bad in any way, but so that you can start to understand the mindset of someone with autism. And if you meet someone with autism, you know what's going on in our heads. Or if you have a child with autism, or you are someone with autism, you can find a partner in this craziness that is called life, that is so complicated and confusing. And so that's why I made tonight's video. And as opposed to my last video where I was angry with the cast and crew of Switched at Birth, tonight I'm happy because they created a dialogue. This dialogue inspired me to make this video advocating for disabilities' rights. And that is what my channel is all about. So if you liked this video, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and that's what this channel is. So thank you for watching. Have a good night, and until next time, this is an Aspie's point of view. Good night.